So the Curbside Chronicle is considered a street paper, which is essentially a magazine that employs the homeless community and has at least some of its content about homelessness or poverty, various issues of that nature. There are about 125 around the world, 43 of which are in the United States, and we're kind of the newest of that. Domestically, they're all nonprofit, really struggle with sustainability, but their articles are all about social justice. You need to kind of share the voice of the homeless. You need to share what's going on, kind of enlighten people, because that's something that's really important. If you're going to be working with the homeless, you need to be teaching about that, not just like, here's a job, you know. Ours is about 50% general interest content about the Oklahoma State community. And so it's going to be local new restaurants, business developments, community leader interviews, things of that nature that people may be interested in actually learning about. But then you also have the social justice component, which is the other half. And it's going to be either written by the homeless or at risk of being homeless community, or about that community or about issues that they face. Essentially what we're trying to change amongst the homeless communities is one, like the lack of opportunity that they have, as well as the stigma surrounding in terms of like people very much see homelessness as an identity when we see it more as a situation. Because little do people know there are a lot of people who have been in homelessness. We create this safe environment by actually training our vendors. And so the idea is that you can actually go and approach them without feeling intimidated because, you know, they're in their uniform, they have their badge, they've been trained, you know, they're standing there waving and saying hello, and they have a product instead of begging for money. And so you can learn about their story, you can ask them their name, and since they're in a location that you pass by every day on the way to work or on the way to wherever, you can develop kind of a relationship with them. Social media, yeah, I guess it plays like a key role in like any organization now. Facebook is one that I've had a fair amount of experience with, and so it's something that I structured things, I think, fairly well for the Curbside Chronicle, and it's brought us a lot of followers. But a lot of it is like getting the word out. Like Facebook is a great way to promote events, for example, and we have a lot of people show up to our launch parties that would have had no other way of knowing about it other than we invited our friends, and our friend invited a friend they thought was interested who then shows up, you know. And we would have had no way of reaching them otherwise, you know. It's also a really cheap medium in terms of, yeah, you can promote stuff if you want, or you can promote yourself. You can ask friends to share it, you can like it, you know, you can share it yourself. You can invite people without sending out actual formal invitations to everyone, which are very pricey. So that's definitely been a help. You know, sometimes when we share success stories, they'll get shared over and over and over. Our story when we got Billy Ray into housing, I think, was shared something like 40 times. And so that one post got viewed something like 5,000 times. But our actual page only had 1,000 people on it. So we expanded our reach much farther than those who knew what we were doing, which we couldn't do outside of like social media. And so it's just this big spiral, and all of a sudden, you know, we have 30 new likes and new people who are in the Oklahoma City community who are interested in what we're doing.